It's getting really, really hot in Arkansas already. It's mid-June and we're already seeing mid-90s for a period of time here. I bet you even here, even though this is a rainy day, and this next day too will be even higher than that, and likely not even any rain, to be frank, because they're not very accurate, it seems. But yeah, we've got 90s going for extended period now, and I am seeing some leaf curl in the plant, so yeah, it's time to break out the shade cloth and use my new clips and straps and set it all up for the big time heat we're about to get. Hey everybody, it's Brent in Central Arkansas. Today's video is about reinstalling my shade cloth that I used last year. It's a little bit different than I did last year. I'm not using 550 cord, I'm using straps instead. And a little bit of the way I cover it is going to be different. I'll go over those piece by piece. But first, let's take a look at the clips I developed that are going to be used on it. And we'll do that now. I bought these clips here so that I could secure shade cloth to my main garden, and I'm over here in the raised bed garden, and I did put one on here, but it is so tight and it was a little bit difficult to get on, but I cannot get it off. I'm gonna have to get the screwdriver here to take it off, but I think I have a plan in my mind right now anyway, to make these actually work really good. So let me show you that. I've got some spare EMT here, 3/4 inch, from making these trellises on my raised beds. And so I'll show you what it takes to get one on here cold. That wasn't exactly easy. So I'm going to take this and we're going to use a heat torch and put it on there and see if that can ease the on and off. Here's the clips. I took them out of the flimsy bag they came in. They weren't very expensive all, and I'll have them in my Amazon store if you find this useful. So anyway, yeah, being able to take the shade cloth on and off every year needs to be easy. I had zip tied it before, and that was a little bit of a pain, and I think it did some damage too, because the zip ties aren't very thick in high winds. So I like that this is pretty strong, but it is way too strong. So I want to make it strong but easier to put on and take off as it is, and almost sure just the simple fact of squeezing, putting this shade cloth over this and then squeezing this on top of it will damage the shade cloth. So I've got a heat gun here, very inexpensive. These are under 15 bucks now, or at least they were when I bought mine many years ago. Now all I'm going to do is take this heat gun and just heat it up, and as it cools, it's going to cool in the expanded state of this. That's the concept that's in my mind. I haven't tried it. I don't know if it's going to work. Just in theory, it seems like it will, so let's give it a shot. All right, the first one, if it works, I'll put many on here and do a bunch at one time. But the first one is the trial part, so we'll give it a go. This is plastic, so heating it up should definitely make it pliable. And I got to keep it away from the table because it's also plastic. Alright, I don't know how long to do it yet. We'll go with that. And we'll give it a couple minutes to cool and see what happens. Alright, I think it's going to work. Let me put this camera where I need it. If you take a look at these, you can see the difference in width since I've done it. This is cold. This is one I've treated with the heat gun. You can also see it here. And I'll show you even better in pipe. In pipe, there's no way to get this on. Sorry about the wiggling, it's my tripod. But post-heated, it slides on. So that's what is after heated. It goes on off. Now it'll be a little bit tighter because of the shade cloth diameter, or thickness rather. So when I put it on, it should do just wonderfully for me. So it looks like the idea works. I've got 13 on this pipe, so I can process 13 at a time. I think there's 50 clips in there. I'm not sure if 50 will be enough. We'll see how it goes. But right now I need to prep the snaps, fittings, whatever you want to call these, for doing their duty. I just finished these, and the way that I can tell that they're good for me is to, if I can spin them around, that means that they're not so tight anymore. So I need to get some shade cloth, and we'll give it a shade cloth demo and see how that works. If you haven't seen my main garden out there yet, that's it. I'm in the process of putting containers back out and getting ready for spring. And likewise, this thing I'm doing with the clips and shade cloth is also preparing for spring. But that's where I'm going to use the clips. This is my raised bed and garden area behind my shed here. And that's where I keep my shade cloth. I've got a piece up here and a couple pieces down there that actually came from the garden I just mentioned. So I've got my pipe full of stretched, if you will, pieces here, and I'm going to actually take a piece here while I'm doing this with you, and I'm going to clamp it on just like that. And that is pretty good hold actually, and it's not enough to do much, if any, damage to the material, which is important. I need it to hold. You know, it'll take a lot of wind to get that off, and then there's going to be several on each attachment area. So yep, I call that an overall success. You may be able to see here that I've got the shade cloth stretched out. Last year I put it into a bundle, more or less. I used some 550 cord to make kind of a big bundle, and so I've just undone that in the very heat of the day. It's got to be mid-90s now, and it's just, whew, my goodness, I can't imagine how these tomatoes are feeling. Even though tomatoes can take hot weather and they need full sun, they don't need very full sun for a long period of time at very high temperatures, because what that does is it kills the ability to produce pollen once you get above 90, sometimes upper 80s. So I've got this going. I've got my clips here that you saw me make, and what I'm going to do first is pull it over the shade cloth and just kind of get it in place, and then I'm going to strap it in. So I placed a clip on here. It's probably not going to stay in this exact location. It'll be reoriented a little bit. But I placed it here and on almost every bar all the way down, and what this does is just kind of holds it at this level and creates the wall, and I'll take the bottom and I'll pull it up and over. Well, as they say in the construction world, it is roughed in. I've got it stretched all the way across and I've got clips holding it. It's best not to do this on a breezy day because you would be fighting the wind and it will be a losing battle. So I've got it in place. I've got to put the strapping on and a few zip ties. Like I'll bring some zip ties and bring this up closer to the top. There won't be stress holding zip ties. I need to use some small zip ties to fix the little holes. And yeah, then it'll be good. The strapping on top is used to prevent upward drafts. And I know from when I first put this on last year, this thing was just whoosh like this. It was going crazy. And it came off one time too, ripping through the zip ties because I originally used just zip ties. And so I think and hope I've gotten a little smarter since then. Between the clips here, which I put several on each end, and the straps going over, this is an anti-billow strap. Hope you can see it running through there. It's probably about 8 o'clock at night. It's starting to get dark, but I figure this camera could pick this up pretty good. It might even be better than in direct sunlight. So this is affixed to the trellis, and it's got a buckle here that can come off, so I can remove it if needed. And also I put a clip on here just to keep it more or less centered, and I did that. There's 4 trellises on each row, and I did the middle of each trellis, so I've got 4 anti-billow straps going here. I think it's going to work out great. I also took some zip ties here, and everywhere there was a grommet on this side, I affixed it to the top of the trellis here. Everywhere there was one, I did that. And so now we're looking pretty good, I think, and we're ready for some heavy winds if they come. I'll take this time to end the video here. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please share it. If you really enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment as well. It helps me get my channel growing and creating more content like this from a little bit different perspective. A breeder, a horticulturist, and something different, you know? Anyway, this is Brent. We'll see you in the next one.
Stay here for people we don't know and want lives. All of the clothes are designer, fast cars and who knows who. Yeah, I know what they want to say. They're gonna ask me if I'm gonna make it. I don't care if I'm gonna have to fake it, long as I can